In this video, I will use a dataset of sale prices of houses in Ames, Iowa, which you can download following the link in the description. In the previous videos, we checked how to install Analysis ToolPak in Excel, so please double check that on data panel here you have data analysis. If not, please check the previous videos how to install it. And today we will talk about how to use this great tool to estimate linear regression. And linear regression is probably the grandmother of all modern sexy machine learning methods which are currently used. And again, without understanding linear regression, of course, it's unlikely that you will understand more advanced method. And so you can easily estimate it in Excel with the help of Analysis ToolPak. So let's start that data analysis button. And then we have to choose here linear regression, so it will go under the name regression. You click OK, you have this window, and you have to specify what are your variables. So first you start with input y-range. Input y-range is the variable you want to predict or analyze, and in that case I want to pick just the first column from A1 to the last observation, right, for the last house in this sample. And again, don't highlight the whole column because you'll get the error message. So it's better just to highlight the range of cells as I have shown here, right, not the entire column. And of course, for y range, for your dependent variable, you can only use a single column. But you also need to specify your input x range, and here you can run from 1 to more than 1. I think the current limit is like 17 variables, and for many analysis it will be enough, but we will keep it even simpler. So I will pick only the first 3 variables after the sale price. So I will highlight it from B1 until the last house in column D here, right, from B1 to D2926. And I also want to mark here labels to tick it, because otherwise I'll get the error message. Because here in the first row I have the names of variables and it will be conveniently shown in my regression results. And for initial analysis, if you just learn how to use linear regression, that will be sufficient. So let's double check. So first you have to specify your variable of interest, which is actually your sale price. Then you have to specify one or more covariates, right, or independent variables, and I have chosen columns B, C, and D. And then you have to mark labels to make sure that you don't get the error message, because the first row here contains the names of the variables. And as simple as that, you just click OK, and you get the regression results, right? So you really don't need to learn Python or R, spend 2 years looking at your computer, running some crazy codes. In your nice and easy Excel, you can do it very quickly and immediately. So let's analyze a few of the results of the regression model here. So again, it's convenient to make the first column a bit wider here, right? And when you do analysis of this kind, it's always important to understand the goodness of fit, right? How good your model fits your data. And typically what we do, we look at the R squared, right? Or we look at the adjusted R squared, which will control for the number of variables you include. So in that case, even the simple model with just 3 variables, it's capable to explain up to 70% of variation in sale price. And it's a pretty good result, right? With just 3 variables, you can explain a lot of variation in prices of the houses. The second thing you want to look at will be t-statistics, right? This is column D in my regression results. So let me highlight it. And in particular, you want to check that the t-statistics for variable in absolute value is more than 2. So what it means, you drop the sign and you compare the t-statistics to 2. If it's more than 2, then you conclude that that particular variable is related to sale price in a statistical sense, right? If t-statistics is less than 2, then there is no statistical dependence between this particular variable and sale price of the house. Of course, in your more advanced courses, you will also learn the concept of p-value, but for now, let's keep it simple. Let's use this rule of thumb, which is t-statistics more than 2. And as you can see from our analysis, all of our variables are statistically significant, right? Because it is statistics, it's more than 2 in absolute value. And final step here is for coefficients which are statistically significant, you can interpret them, right? You can look at the value and analyze it. So for example, if you take overall quality here, it runs from 1 to 10. It's sort of what realtor thinks about the quality of this house. And linear regression has a very simple interpretation that if the quality of the house improves by 1, the overall quality of the house, then the sale price of this house will also go up by $44,000, again on average, right? It does not mean that for any particular house it will be true, but on average in this data, improvement in the overall quality will be associated with increase in the price of the house by $44,000. Thank you and see you in the following videos. Thank you for watching. You can practice all the exercises in this video following the link in the description.